Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you for hitting this video and joining me for the 8-day review of the Infinix ZERO 8. So I have been enjoying this budget smartphone. It's a really good price point. We're going to be talking about it, but if you do me a favor, huge favor to the channel, I extremely appreciate it if you would hit the bell icon, hit the subscribe button, and if you're new to the crew, I appreciate you for subscribing. And if you enjoy the content, definitely hit the bell and get subscribed for more videos. Just like this. But today we're going to be talking about the Infinix ZERO 8 after 8 days. And I've been enjoying this phone, right? It's a really good budget device. I paid about $180 for it. And it's gonna suit a lot of needs for most users. So just keep in mind, this phone is actually an international global release, right? It's not meant for the US, but it's available in almost every country that is on the list, right? But I did use this phone on Straight Talk AT&T, and I actually can get data on it. So I've been using it, right, as my main phone. So let's talk about this device. It does have 128 gigabytes of internal storage. About 117 can be used right after you take it out of the box and start it up. And we also do have 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is insane. 8 gigabytes of RAM on a phone that's under $200 is really insane. So, this device has hit the global market, and a lot of people do love it, right? We're also going to talk about the performance up in gaming. We have the Helio GT processing chip on here, which is the G90T, and it's going to be solid. It's going to be really solid, right, in every way possible. We also do get extremely good fast charging, 33 watts fast charging. So when you put it up to the charger, you do get this sweet little animation on it. It does, if you try to use it while it's charging with that 33 watt fast charger, it will get hot. So I just want to let you know that you should probably just let the phone go, leave it alone for about half hour, and you will be almost at 100% with the 33 watts fast charging. And we also do have liquid cooling technology when you're gaming, so the GPU and CPU are actually optimized for gaming. So I was able to load up Fortnite, Call of Duty Mobile, PUBG, Asphalt 9, everything like that just ran extremely smooth, and it just looked really, really good. I can't explain how good it was. And I did play around with the cameras a lot. But the overall design I want to get into right now, because that's the main thing that's really solid. A 6.85 inch display. It's an IPS panel, so it's not gonna blow your mind away. And just keep in mind, this phone did come out in 2020 of last year in September. So it's about a year old right now, but it's still really solid, and it has a good weight to it, 208 grams. It also just has a plastic body to it. It mimics metal. But has this two-tone design to it, which looks really nice. You get a rainbow effect depending on what light you throw it in. And that design is one of the things that really looks really good. We also do have a pill-shaped notch on the front. I'm not sure if you could see that because the wallpaper that I have on here is black. But inside of there is a 16 megapixel, and we do have the option to click a button and activate a 48 megapixel that can record in 4K on the front and rear. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Serrano. Right now I'm connected to the gimbal, and it's in 4K, so I'm just walking, and it should be 4K quality. Giving you an idea how it looks with a gimbal in my hand, and you can see this is the actual memorial sign right behind me. Okay guys, so this is the Infinix ZERO 8 on a gimbal in 4K, and we do actually have the zoom mode on here. So let's go zoom in real quick on here. And this is actually 10 times zoom right now. And now this is just me walking. 30 frames per second. We also do get steady recording, 30 frames per second and 60 frames per second. Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is the front facing camera, and it does have a wide angle mode. This is actually the wide angle mode. What's going on, guys? So this is the 4K recording right now. Just me holding the phone in my hand, and it's on regular mode, so it's cropped in a little bit more. And on both the front and rear, so I think that's one of the really good things about this phone. It's really solid. Another thing that they did is they threw in a bokeh video on the... Hey, what's going So this is supposed to be the bokeh effect on here, and I just wanted to kind of show you guys what that looks like when I'm on the Infinix ZERO 8. The rear of that 64 megapixel, and we do have it paired along with an 8 megapixel and a 2 megapixel macro, as well as a 2 megapixel for portrait, right? And the battery on here is really solid, but let me talk about that in just a second. But we also do have 409 pixels per inch on this 1080 by 400 on this device. It's a TFT IPS display, so it's going to be solid for battery. And when it comes to the display, we're getting that 90 hertz refresh rate, right? And it's going to be really, really good for, you know, just getting through everything that you need to do on this device. So I definitely can say that so far of using this device and, you know, just playing around with the interface and kind of messing around with everything that it has to offer. We also do have, you know, this thing is swamped with features, right? So it will give you a QR scanner right out of the box. It will give you this app drawer, which has, you know, preloaded games on here, but you can deactivate that. And a lot of the games on here you can install, but some of the apps that are kind of, you know, sewn into the XOS software you can't remove, right? So just keep that in mind. But this device is really kind of tailored toward the gamer who wants to game and get to pick up a phone that you can actually play really solid gaming, have a solid gaming performance with it, and kind of just, you know, it'll suit the bill when it comes to this price point as well. Side mounted fingerprint on the right hand side of this device, and we also do have, you know, facial recognition on this device, and those work really quick. So I can't express enough how quick that those are, and you know, they do pick up your face really well. I wasn't able to get like a mismatch scan on here. Every single time it's almost instantaneous, right? So really good security on here as far as these facial recognition, and also when it comes to, you know, the overall, you know, solid build on this. It has some good weight to it. It has a really good screen to it, and it has a really good design. Type-C on the bottom. We get almost every single sensor that this thing would actually provide on other smartphones, but we don't have NFC on here. We also don't have, we can't access things like we have the gyroscope, but we can't get the IR blaster on this as well. But I really like this device because it just has a really good interface when it comes to the usage. That 90 hertz is extremely quick. I mean, I can't complain about that thing. And the 64 megapixel on the back is actually made by Sony, which is kind of crazy because when we're looking at this thing and the details that it picks up, it's just really solid, right? It records in 4K, and I did put it on the gimbal, and I did use it on the front camera as well as the rear on the gimbal. And I mean, the 4K footage came out really solid on that thing, and it just looked really good, as well as I did use it without a gimbal. But it's a 20:9 aspect ratio, so basically this thing is going to be an entertainment beast, right? And you can see that pill on the top left hand corner. It doesn't really, you don't really notice it whatsoever. In my opinion, it's not really something that you really notice. 12 nanometer processing chip for gaming that does have a frequency of 2.05 gigahertz, and that ARM Mali G76 is going to pick up some really good speeds when it comes to the frame rates when you're gaming, and also the temperature control, because we have that liquid cooling, right? Proximity sensor, light sensor. We also do have an accelerometer, compass, and a gyroscope, as well as the gravity sensor, like I said before. So, and like I said, this device will give you some solid cameras. Like I said, you get that quadruple camera setup, 4 on the back, actually 2 on the front, and you know what I'm saying, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's like a quad camera setup with 2 on the front. So it's actually 6. I'm not sure what the nickname for 6 cameras would be, but really good quality on all of the lenses that I was using. Even the macro performed really well, and I could make phone calls, I could receive text messages. I was using Straight Talk AT&T's network, so the only thing that was slow was the upload speed, right? If I wanted to download games, but if I wanted to do that, I would just connect to the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, or you could do the 2.4 as well. It was compatible with both of those networks. We do have hotspot. We also do have DTS audio sound, which gives you movies, videos, and it does give you a feature where you can just set it to pick up the one that is on by default. So that DTS sound is really good. You get gaming mode, smart mode, equalizer, and you can actually access the treble on here and fine tune that. And I really like how you can play Fortnite. I really like how this device does have all the latest tech inside of it, except for the bands, right? We're not in the US, we kind of missed out, but we can use it on, like I said, I'm using the data on here and I'm getting some pretty good speeds. So they are pretty decent speeds, and you could actually peek at those messages before you actually receive them, which is pretty cool. And we also do get voice recorder, video beauty mode, and there's just a ton of features. The 4K on here is really nice, and it is up to date with the Android security software on this device. 3 touch button navigation, or you can get that gesture navigation, and the only thing is it doesn't have Android 11 yet, but this is a really solid device so far that I've been using, and I really do like it for gaming. I like it for watching videos. I like it for just everything, right? It's a really solid device, nice feeling in the hand, really beautiful display when it comes to this price point, right? So it won't really disappoint if you're not someone who cares about an AMOLED or something like that, and good speeds overall. So you can get everything on here. That it even has like these other theme stores on here, like AHA games, and another thing on here where you can access games, and a lot of cool just stickers and AR technology inside of this thing as well. We also do have a place here where you could put apps to freeze them so they won't take up storage. But this thing does have this thing called Phone Master, which is actually running the show on this thing. So I'm not sure, you know, how confident I am with that when it comes to security, but you know, you can download like a VPN or something like that. I really like this device so far. After 8 days, it's been really solid with the cameras. I'm really impressed with the 4K footage on this device. I'm also impressed with the gaming on this device, and also just how snappy it is when it comes to that 90 Hertz. It's really smooth when you're trying to get from task to task or app to app. You want to get some work done. That 8 GB of RAM will be pretty cool, and if you want to play Fortnite on this device, it will be pretty sick as well. But let me know what you guys think about the Infinix ZERO. This thing is just a beast. That has that 48 megapixel camera, that night camera as well, which I haven't really gotten to take some pictures with, but I will get into that. And then the stabilization for recording video at 1080/30 is really cool. And we can also get that 60 frames per second at 1080 on front and rear on this guy. So I'm just really enjoying this device when it comes to the overall speeds, overall display, performance, cameras. It's a really almost a complete, you know, device at this price. But I'm gonna get right back with you, and I'm gonna show up in the comment section right now. I'll check you guys later. Peace.